that. Hey guys, how are you?
Hello, hello.
We're back.
We're alive.
Yeah. Well, we kind of feel like it. We've been working ourselves to death. To death.
Yep.
But you guys know how that goes this time of year.
Basically dealing with baby goats, baby chickens.
Baby everything's.
Yeah. Everything's
everything.
hatching or birthing, it seems like right now.
And we got baby ducks that are getting ready to hatch. Another duck just went broody Saturday. The turkey went broody Saturday. I'm pretty sure I'm done with the incubator for like a month.
Mm-hmm.
So I can give it a break.
You got ducks on the way.
I have ducks on the way. So, and then if like the chickens go broody in the, what do you call that thing? The coop. I'm looking at the coop for those of you that don't know. Then we'll have more chicks that way. But
yeah, we got
been crazy.
Jenny here
Hi,
tonight.
Jenny.
Hello, Jenny. Where
Hello,
to begin?
Braxton.
What's Braxton say? He's got a milk stand like us.
Yay!
But
It
you
is
love
such
ours.
a relief. I love how interchangeable it is and like all the accessories that you can get to go with it.
She recently put wheels on it,
Yeah.
which is nice because the different like pens she goes to, she can just wheel
so
it
when
up.
I do the buck pen, like I just slam the wheels on it. Well, I don't slam them on there. I put the wheels on it and I just wheel that sucker down, and it's so much better than me trying to like carry it in pieces or get a wheelbarrow, or sometimes I just break down and load the truck with it.
We got Patty in here tonight, and
hey,
she said you got your hairs done.
I got my eyebrows done. They're not caterpillars anymore. Guilty pleasure. I did cut my hair though.
Yep.
I did cut my hair. I didn't have anything else done to it. I just cut it. So it looks a little bit more uniform. It's not all like
Yep.
if that's a good way to go. Hey Darren.
She did a salon day for her birthday.
Yeah, so my birthday was the 3rd of April, and I decided I was gonna go do a treat yourself.
You got her toenails done.
That's like a guilty pleasure. I never get my fingernails done though because it will not last. Because like literally that Sunday I started seeds and I've been playing in the dirt and weeding and doing all kinds of all the spring stuff. So I know a manicure would just be like, forget it. So.
Old Reading Farm.
Hello.
Ola.
Hola. Well, Ola or Holla. I'll go with Ola.
Yep, Jenny.
Oh, Jenny, you're
don't worry about it.
You don't need to apologize.
Glad you can make it tonight.
Yeah.
And we like your picture there with the
Yes.
I'm guessing that's one of your weathers.
It's a boar goat, I can tell, isn't it? Is that one of your market weathers? Joe's been out working hers, and they did they did better than I thought they would do. But
we got Wendy tonight from Hard Neck Farm.
Hello,
Wendy. I'm glad you
Wendy.
can make it.
Hi. How are you?
Good to have you.
On camera, it looks like you have an ombre. It's just because I've dyed my hair so much, and like I stopped dyeing it, so it's kind of like naturally, which is kind of what I planned for it to do, is like to naturally go in an ombre, but I just got lucky. my stylist,
Darren
like
said,
it does my hair.
Don't do that new caterpillar style eyebrows. No,
I hate that.
Yeah.
Well, mine kind of are like that naturally, so I
won't lie. I shave my eyebrows because I shave my head. So I don't want my eyebrows to look extra bushy, so I do shave them too. Although one time the guard came off, I didn't realize it, and she's like, "What happened?" And I shaved them all the way off.
Where did your eyebrows go? I think he was trying to do a fade, and
she was, I think, worried that I was like trying to eliminate all the hair from my face.
It was just very shocking to go from eyebrows to like nothing.
Yeah, like I'm just. Random things happen.
It was great. Hey, Tasha, how are you? Good to see you. How's everything going on your farm? How are your babies? You guys, I'm trying not to cough. My cough is
the allergies are kicking up too.
Everything is way ahead of time here. Everything is blooming, which it's fantastic. It's gorgeous. I mean, it keeps me energized seeing all the flowers. But we've got I'm telling you, we've been really, really busy. Really, really stinking busy.
Did you announce that? The new additions today. Did you announce on the Facebook page?
I put them on Facebook.
Okay. So if you follow our Facebook page, you saw I work from home, of course, so I went out in the morning checking on one of our does, Tiana, and she was fine. Went back out lunch, and she had technically 4 babies in the stall, but one of them didn't make it.
One was DOA, definitely a stillborn.
It was still in the sack, and it was still warm. I got there just as she was.
Yeah, she had just spit the thing out, and it just the way we were looking at it, the teeth weren't erupted. There was very, very patchy hair, so it definitely probably stopped like a week ago developing.
Yeah,
which is it mirrored exactly what she did last year. Last year, Tiana had 4, and one was stillborn. So I don't know if her body just can't handle the 4. But like we got 3 and one's kind of weak, but he's doing a lot better.
Yeah, we were able to get. He's got a good suck reflex, so he's able to jump right on.
Yeah, so like
I was like FaceTiming her for her lunch, and I'm like sitting there trying to work on the goat at the same time.
I felt so bad because he was like, I'm like, what is she licking? And he's like, that's the placenta. I'm like, he's like, oh my God, there's a baby. And I'm like, break the sack.
Yeah.
Because when they're in the sack, if they stay in there for too long and the mom doesn't, she was already working on her. It was a little doeling, of course. I can't, anything that dies on my farm will be a female of the breed. And if you don't break the sack, they'll suffocate. They'll literally just suffocate. So she was working on her, but I've learned from mistakes that you remove if you're there, you remove the sack regardless if mommy's there. So.
Yeah, I picked up and tried to swing it by the back legs. So.
Yeah, I felt so bad telling him to do that. I'm like, swing it, see if you can get, because that's a way to clear mucus out of the lungs and out of the nasal cavity and everything. Is to just grab it by its back legs and swing it.
It also kicks in that reflex.
Yeah, where they're like,
gasp.
Yeah.
So sometimes I can.
Cold water will do that too, which we could probably have gotten away with cold water here, but I don't think it was alive. I don't think it was viable to be.
It didn't have any response as soon as it picked up. So. Yeah,
Braxton, you totally should.
Yep.
YouTubing
definitely.
is fun. It's super addictive though.
Mm-hmm.
And you will spend all your time editing and shooting and then worrying about.
He said he's already got one uploaded.
Well, see, there you go.
Yep, already got the initial one done. So.
If I were you, I'd upload like 3, and then like start your consistency and give yourself some buffer room.
Jenny said our goats are getting much better. They're starting to walk better. Yep, we're getting Joe starting on ours. Yep. Yeah. Practice makes perfect. They seem like the more you walk them, the little bit better they get.
Yeah.
So.
And the one wasn't friendly at all. Now he's really coming over, which of course is the one that we plan to eat. So I'm like, please, if you could stay wild and hateful, that'd be great.
Tasha said everything is good. I have a goat running around right now wearing a tight curtain and a onesie.
Oh, did the mommy never take that one back? Did you end up having to pull and bottle feed it for good? That stinks. But that's fun to have a bottle baby. Like if you have the time and stuff.
Yep. Patty said it's 71 here right now, first day of 70-degree weather.
I bet it feels like
once you break that threshold, it feels great.
Oh yeah.
It makes you feel like summertime.
Not to brag at all, Patty, but we did clear 80s last week. We cleared into the 80s, and now we're like barely getting to the 60s this week, and I'm like, oh. So, but everything here is. People are even finding morel mushrooms. I've never seen them come in this early. Usually it's like early May. Mm-hmm. But I've already seen people in our area posting pictures,
like
so we're going to go mushroom hunting.
Large amounts, too.
Yeah, I'm hoping Saturday when we go to my mom's property, we'll be able to go mushroom hunting.
None better than fresh fried mushrooms. I always get that one.
They're so good.
Tasha said, what do you do with babies that get rejected? I'm worried about this goat and trying to put her back outside with the goats.
I start milking my does at around like 1 month, which means I will pull the babies off at night and let the doe replenish her milk supply. I'll milk her almost out in the morning and then reunite them and the babies. I would take, if you're going to do something like that, I will take that advantage of putting the baby in with them at least at night, and they'll start learning how to be a goat. But when I had my bottle baby, like a boar, I would just separate them like during the day for a couple of hours and let them have like a play date. And then slowly but surely let them get out with those babies. Because if they can kind of make their own mini herd, then you really don't have to worry. And it seems like adults do understand, like, that's a baby, that's a young animal. They usually won't be knocking on wood. They usually aren't too mean to them.
We've had a couple to like try to steal other ones' babies.
Oh yeah, like especially if they're like really close, they want that baby. So
I think Dilly did one.
Dilly stole one once where I was like, no, you cannot steal this baby.
Strong mother instinct for that one.
The doe had
the force of the mother is strong.
The force of the mother she was just very hormonal and didn't want to wait for her own.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are just like, we are knee deep in goats. And I just moved the next 2 does in. So for those of you guys who haven't been following along, I've got 11 does to get out now 9 between like right now and the end of May. And I have actually 3 in that are being bred. I don't know. They're being really stubborn.
Yep.
They're being really, really stubborn. And then I've got old Poseidon that looks like he's on the downhill slope.
Yeah, but she's our oldest goat.
Yeah,
so
he's about 12 or 13 years old. And he's lived here just as a teaser buck because I'm pretty sure we got him sterile. And he's on that where I'm like, what's merciful line? You know, like how much more do I try to pull him through? And where does mercy kick in? And and you do what's ethically best
Yep.
for that animal, and he's right on that line. If he goes down again tomorrow, we may have to send him on to greener pastures, which is never a fun thing to do.
Patty said centrifugal force pulls out the mucus.
It really does. I know, because like some people like freak out when I'm like, grab them by their back legs and swing them. They're like, what? I'm like, it will pull the mucus out for you.
Darren said, so Ashley, you need to come out and take out, is it Bridget? Brigitte, that's what
Brigitte.
Out for a spa day. She spent today cleaning our Highland bull skull. She showered with still has hints of brain. I'm worried about zombies.
She is my type of gal.
You gotta watch out. You have to get the crossbow ready. Be Daryl. My daughter used to always call him Shiny Arms because he was always sweaty and it looked like it
She always had like names for people from The Walking Dead. She'd be like,
I never remember their regular name. She just come up with her nicknames.
Carl though. It's because she liked Carl.
Old Ring Farm said 80s. That's hot.
It felt hot.
Yeah, all of a sudden they get it.
Yeah, that like my short today of the bees, that was on the 80-degree day, and I still had my entrance reducer on, so I'm like, crap, I need to get that off, because it literally went from like kind of like 50s to 60s where we had 3 or 4 days of 80s. It was fantastic, and I want it back like there's nothing else in the world.
Wendy said we're getting morals.
You are, so Wendy, where are you at?
Yeah, if you don't mind us asking, because we're in Indiana, so of course the people we're seeing that are finding them are around our area.
Southern, barely. They're barely south of us. So, but my mom's property is like in that area. So I told her, like, Saturday when we come to pick up our kid, can I mushroom one? She said as long as I let her snuggle baby goats. Fair trade.
Darren said, I hear you on having animals you want to harvest, stay wild and hateful.
Yeah, I'm like, please don't make me love you.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, you do. And you know this, anybody that ever has harvested their own animals, you know, like it's the one bad day method where they get loved on as much as they can. They get treated with as much respect and honor and love.
Yep.
And then they have one bad day. And
definitely.
Yeah.
Jenny said, wild mushrooms are so good. We go mushroom hunting all the time.
Well, Jenny, if you find any in the area, let Joe know so we know to get out and start looking. Because I know some people at work had asked, like, have you been out mushroom hunting? I'm like, no, not yet. I'm kidding goats, so I'm not. My mindset isn't there yet.
Oh, is that Cody?
No. That is Josh. Hi, Josh. How are you?
Josh
Good
like
to see you.
Too,
yes. Yeah, because they've got like the black and white logos. That's why you thought that was Cody.
Oh, where to begin says our bottle baby goat is hanging out with the bottle calves here during the day.
That's nice though. They do need to be socialized, you know.
And especially the bottle baby goat, you're always having to.
Well, they can be total brats when they get older. Like my bottle baby didn't want to respect any fences. Was the one that would teach other goats how to get out. Just I loved her, but like I cursed her often.
Old Redding said, so sad.
It is.
Poseidon,
it is.
She's been dragging because of it.
I drug with Bojangles, like one of the first goats, and it was around this time last year, which is why it makes me feel emotional.
I'm like, hey, here's baby goats, cheer up.
And I'm like, but that happened last year. Like we had Raven passed away right after Rapunzel gave birth, and literally Bojangles passed away like 2 days after Pinky gave birth. So I'm like, I see the balance here. But I don't need to see it like every year, or I don't need to have like births and then it's like right down the lane is there's one that's passing. But I mean, it's a part of life. It sucks. I don't want to make the decision for him.
Patty said it's supposed to get above 80 here this weekend. That is too hot too soon.
It is.
Yeah, plants will like
it. At the same time, though, I just love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Summer's on its way. Margie said, I want to say thank you very much for my happy meal today. It was a true blessing. I sure needed a perk up. Thank you.
You are very, very welcome.
Yep.
And like, seriously, I designed that shirt with you in mind. Yep. So I'm just really glad that we could get it to you because I know like you love Dilly. And Dilly needs a fan because Dilly is naughty. Dilly is so naughty.
Wendy said she's in historic Guthrie, Oklahoma.
Okay.
So probably around the same temperature line.
What grow zone is that? I'm just curious. We're in grow zone 5B.
Oh, it's funny. She also just uploaded a video today about
you did?
more mushrooms.
I'm gonna have to go check it out because everybody's been talking about mushrooms. I'm like, I need to get out.
Yeah, but with all the baby goats, you can't. You have to stay on alert. She's like frustrated right now because she can't catch them having birth. Like
no, she
wakes up at night. She goes to check on them, and it's like as soon as they go.
I woke up at 12:30, and I knew I'm like, you're gonna go in the next 24 hours. I'm like, your ligaments are gone. you're off feed, but you're not, like last year she'd lay down a lot and she'd get up and she'd lay down. And I know this because YouTube is a video diary for me, and I take massive notes on all of my does and all the signs that they have. I'm like, I bet you wait until the morning time, like later in the morning. So I'm like, I'm going to take off my 2:30 alarm and I'll go out at 4:30. And I went out at 4:30. I'm like, you stinking bleep, 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 bleep. I'm like, why? You're walking your horse through the rain.
Through the rain and getting ready to put them up for the evening.
For the evening. Yep. I know. That sucks too. Horses on wet ground too. Mm-hmm. For them and your ground. Mm.
Oh, there's Audra. So I used to be able to find them all the time when I lived in Ohio, but people here don't really mushroom. I don't know if there's not much of a season here or not, but I haven't met anyone that goes out. I wonder if
do you guys have like different? Would you guys have different mushrooms? I know there's lots of different edible mushrooms. I got a book on multiple edible mushrooms, not like the psychedelic ones, but like the ones you can actually eat that won't like make you trip. So
we don't share
I have
those,
to clarify, we don't share those. But I did get a book because I'm like, I'd like to see more that I could forage for in our area.
Yep.
Yes, we don't trip here often.
Patty said joints are a walk hand in hand. I've seen it through every loss I've ever been to. That's true.
And trust me, he's had a very good life here. We got him thinking like he could still breed.
He's got good bloodlines.
He's got fantastic bloodlines, great milk lines. He is shooting big for years. So he's been a teaser buck where he like gets to flirt with the ladies and he thinks he's passing on his genetics, but really he's just telling me when they're ready for like the real buck.
Yeah. Jenny said, I'm getting glasses tomorrow. I'm excited, but not at the same time.
Oh, that'll be
that's
nice
exciting, though.
And they make so many different frames and stuff now. Like, back when I was young, you couldn't get, like, they had pretty much, like, basic things.
We got Paragon Ridge.
Hello, Chrissy. How are you?
And Wendy said Grozone
7A. Oh, so you guys have a much, we're 5A, or 5B. We're 5B. So you've got a much longer growing season than we do.
Yeah.
We're still waiting for our frost date to
pretty
pass.
Big, so
yeah.
What's
Did you see that bird?
Yeah, it flew across.
Right
I don't know if you saw it, but our goose got out. It went flying across the yard. So.
What?
Yeah, but it's hanging around still. So.
Was it outside? Is it still outside the fence? I saw it, but I didn't.
I think so. It's just hanging around.
So anybody that doesn't know, we were rehabilitating a Ross's goose. It came up being injured. So we took care of it, and in order to keep it from like trying to fly while it was injured, we clipped one wing of flight feathers, and apparently he's
thinking about did that look like a trial flight?
Yeah.
So
he's the reason why I got Muscovy ducks so quickly, because I was really worried about him being alone. Or I'm like, at least I know these speak different languages.
That was her excuse. I think
it was my excuse.
She always has a good reason why you need to get something immediately.
I do, but like. It was warranted. He needed friends.
That worked out. I actually like the ducks a bunch. I actually want to move them closer to the house. So we're
going it's very weird. This is the only animal he's like, we can move them closer because I like to watch them.
They're sort of quiet. They're not
they are.
Too
Unless
dirty,
like the males want to hiss and huff, which I love that about them. Like I seriously do.
Yeah, they always give me head nods when I go let them out in the morning. Yeah. That's what they just walk around and do that.
So you let them out. And like
yeah. Looks like they're like listening to some super funky music, like just like head bobbing.
Yeah, you would think that.
Bob the Head, wasn't that a country song?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't very good.
It's a terrible song. It's a terrible song. I don't like Rascal Flatts to begin with, so.
Sorry if you like them, but we don't listen to them.
Yeah, it's just they're not my jam. They're not.
Oh, Jenny said also thank you for the sticker. She's already put it on her chicken show.
Yay! I'm excited.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for putting it out there. That's Ashley's own design.
Yes.
Patty said, what? No shrooms?
No.
No.
No. Ask me at the end of kidding season.
Yeah, last time we went, we found some morels and
snakeheads.
Snakeheads, yeah. We found one or two snakeheads.
Which, like, snakeheads look just like morels, but, like, the head is smaller. They look a lot more
Wendy said there are different mushrooms, edible ones in many regions of the
U.S. Yes, there are.
Depending on what your definition edible is.
That's what I was worried. I'm like, YouTube or not.
Yeah.
I do not condone edible psychedelic mushrooms.
Oh, Audrey caught me off guard.
Throw that out.
She said, "Well, I was watching Naked and Afraid the other day, and the contestants were literally 4 minutes away, and they found chanterelles out there. So I guess those are around."
Huh.
So scary. They were only 40 minutes away. Imagine if they just wandered on your property naked. You're like, "Here's some psychos."
Would that not have been the weirdest thing though? To be like.
Or maybe they became naked after they ate the mushrooms, because
no, but the name of the show is Naked and Afraid, so you gotta lose the pants and the shirt before you go out there. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Old Redding said, "What is your frost date?" Did you say?
Our frost date is like Mother's Day weekend.
Yeah, that's the general.
I think like
we got burned last year when we tried to do it early.
I forgot to cover my potatoes, and it nipped the crap out of them.
But the problem too, it was a damp cold, so like even stuff we covered.
Yeah.
Like there was like.
It weighed down the blankets that I was using, and it actually touched a lot of the plant, and it nipped. So like where it hit the leaves, it got like yellow.
Yeah.
You could tell it had nipped them. But Mother's Day, so I think it's like from like April 28th to Mother's Day in that time frame. But I wait all the way out until because I'm a weenie. I try not to really risk too much.
Tasha said, "Be right back. I'll walk the puppy."
Have fun with the
those
puppy.
don't ever. You can't wait on a
don't
puppy.
Don't ignore the warnings.
Yeah. Patty said, "I need to do a music video with them."
No. April 15th, so you got tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go. That's not bad at all.
That's really exciting.
You must be in the southern part of Oklahoma, then, because I imagine.
Well, I'm trying to think, like, all the different, how far down it goes, like in the U.S. Like, there's like a 9A and stuff.
Ashley wishes ours was April 15th. She's like gung ho about.
I cannot.
She even set up like a little shelf. Did you do any?
I did. I released that video.
I'm like always on edge to announce something because then she's like,
I haven't gotten it out. So. But I've gotten really odd with my schedule. So like I used to do 3 full-length videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and it was killing me. So Wednesdays are shorts now. So he thinks like I'm like right on the precipice. I'm like, no, I've actually got some of these like stacked up.
Oh, Patty's got a.
Yeah, I hope helps my quality, but I don't know.
Cool one here. I had an elfin saddle in one of my containers last year. They are edible, but not worth eating. Really cool looking. I'll have to look those up.
I'll have to look them up.
Because I don't know if
I've ever seen. Saddle. Does it look like a little saddle that an elf would use to ride horse?
Usually when they have the nickname for that.
It sounds pretty freaking whimsical. Awesome. I like whimsical plants.
And we like Lord of the Rings, so elfin saddle would be awesome.
Yes.
So we call those kind of shrooms dry land fish.
Dry land.
I like that. If the name fits, go for it.
It is what it is.
Yep. Let's see. Audra said, "I'd be so excited if they wandered on my property. I'd want to join them. I love that show." If only you didn't have to be so naked.
Say, like,
I'd be on that show.
Can I just like out shorty shorts and like a shirt? Just do that.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Like I am clothed like 99% of the time. You can ask Ashley. Like as soon as I get out of the shower, before we come out of the bathroom, I usually have clothes.
I don't want to talk about this.
Just Liz. Hey, they got public television about it, so.
This is true.
Jenny said it is beautiful, and I hope you plan on selling some merch here soon.
I have like a merch store, Jenny.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of designs.
Yeah, and Nightbot should be on here like every now and then, kind of like throwing up that we have a merch store. So like anybody that's kind of wondering about that, it's usually like the description. And
maybe if you start wearing it, Josie will think it's cool to wear to school because she doesn't want to represent.
She won't wear anything, Jenny.
Yeah.
It makes me feel so sad. I'm like,
she doesn't think it's cool. I guess when your parents are doing it, it's not cool. Yeah.
I don't know. She came around today. She's wanting me to teach her how to do fast pitch, which I'm like, you'll have to listen though. If you back talk me, Mama's not gonna be happy.
Yeah, for sure. Fairground Ridge said, "I am 7A, so it was April 5th, but this week has a frost warning, so nothing is direct on yet."
Yeah. Your
is ours technically earlier? It's just Mother's Day is the guideline.
Like April 28th is the beginning, but like, everybody's like, here's like, no.
All the old farmers here are always like Mother's Day just to be safe.
Yeah. And
because ours last year, I think was May 5th. We had that nasty frost.
It was, and we got bees that day, and the next day was Mother's Day. And I've got burnt a couple, like literally, like my plants got burnt really, really hard when I've cheated that.
Yeah.
So
that's what Wendy said too. I cheat and I have flowers and herbs out and a few tomato plants, My orchard is blooming. The berries, it's pretty.
Now, see, like I have seeds set up downstairs, and it is like my government conspiracy type seed setting because it's all wrapped in tinfoil to reflect all the light back.
Yeah.
But I also have a couple of peat pots and like my cold hardy stuff. So I've got some like peas and what else is out there? Lettuce started like outside on the deck along with like my flowers. So I have some like hollyhocks and bee balm and bunnytail all starting and germinating on the back deck. But like this week we are supposed to get frost, so I will have to like pull them in. But those are ones where I'm like, I'm going to start you as hardened off. Whereas like downstairs, like my tomatoes and peppers, like I won't start hardening them off until maybe like a week or two before our frost date, which really is not that far.
No, it's coming up fast.
Everything is coming too fast.
Especially the goat's birthing, you'll be like here in no time.
Oh my gosh, sure. I'm just like, I want one of the goats to let me at least film.
Yeah.
I get it though. Like I didn't want the birth of Joe to be filmed. My sister came at me with the camera, like, well, and we did a home birth. I don't like doctors. I don't like hospitals. So like we literally did a home birth at home, like in this big like jacuzzi tub type deal. And I remember my sister coming at me like full on with a camera, and I was like, "You get out of here, get it out of my face." So I kind of understand where they're coming from, but I'm like, for educational purposes and video vlogging and video diary, could you just blur it? I'll even blur it for you, but. Which apparently some YouTubers have to do anyways with live animal births.
Old Writing Farm said, "How are you doing on your watch out?"
I just passed 2,500.
But I will say, like, she's just fascinated with the community tab. Like, she loves that thing.
Yeah, I'm really trying not to kill you guys with my community tab.
Like, I love that she could just send like general
or GIFs or whatever the heck you call them. I don't know. Phonetically spell it for me.
I just see like 3 examples. She'll make like 3 of the same one.
I'll be like, what is more eye catching or what's more
little variations? Yeah.
I'm sure he's like so sick of that. Or like if I do something in like my video that I think is hilarious, I'm like, watch this.
Darren said our frost date is middle of June.
I'm so sorry to be talking like Mother's Day is so far away.
But you got that nice greenhouse now, so
you do. Yeah. Your greenhouse is pretty
awesome.
Swag. But
if you guys haven't checked out really nice Darren's greenhouse, is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like
it's super. He's got Highland cattle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who does not like those big old hairy coos?
Yeah. I also just got my Mulberry Branch shirt in the mail. It's awesome. Everyone needs it. Aw, that was nice.
See, I had a problem with Emma at Sunny's place. Hers like says it got delivered, but she never got it. So I have to go figure out. I hate dealing with USPS, and I was kind of upset to see that Spreadshirt uses them. I was like, could you use somebody else? The egg swap with Old Reading, like I learned so much about USPS and how much they suck. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had someone. I used to work in vendor relations and went over to India a couple times, and a couple people from India were asking, "Could we ship?" I'm like, sorry, we can't ship.
We can't. Well, they can't right now because of COVID.
Yeah.
Apparently, but pre-COVID they could, but right now they can't.
So I was like, once they get shipping, we'll let you know.
But that's kind of cool. I'm like, yeah, that's right. Very nice swag in India.
Yeah. Mulberry Branch Farm. Where's that? Oh, it's over in America. So. Darren. If I was on the show, it'd be called "I'm Naked, Be Afraid." There you go. You could create your own parody.
Yeah. Don't tempt him. Like maybe you can.
He already came out in a onesie. If you haven't seen the onesie one,
you guys, if you haven't seen Darren's onesie video, it is worth watching. I swear, we watched you slip on the ice like 20 times. I don't know why. It's just really funny. But I keep trying to debate if I'm going to do it, but I'm not brave. Mm-hmm. And I'm extremely sleep deprived, so I have no idea what that video would come out like right now.
May 14th is our last Friday.
Yeah, I think that might be ours too.
Yeah.
Like that's Mother Day-ish.
Mm-hmm.
I have to look like at the exact date. I usually just wait till like Mother's Day.
This area says screwball when it comes to last frost dates. Mine is supposed to be March 28th, but I've had killing frost twice in the past 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm not working here.
Oh,
yeah, I don't blame you for being a little hesitant with that.
That's
there's nothing worse than putting all that effort in and then a frost comes and just wipes it out. Yeah. Like Ashley gets all excited when the first flowers pop up for spring and then boom,
he has to like tell me, he's like, Mother's Day. Mm-hmm. And I know I throw like I'm like the poutiest wife ever when someone like is the voice of reason. I'm like, but it's nice out now. He's like, but it won't be in a week. And I'm like, but it is right now. So you have to help me look out into the future and be my voice of reason. I'm sorry.
Sherry?
Hey, Sherry, how are you? No need to apologize. We're just happy that you're here.
Yep. You're better on time than our baby jokes that are coming right now.
They're doing it on purpose.
She's like, oh, I think they're here now. So.
You know it's bad when you run out and call your goat a dirty hoe for not like
yeah,
that was my first thing. I'm like, you dirty hoe.
She just starts name calling when she's frustrated with them. Like they even care. They just look at her like you throw me hay.
Chewing their cud like, yeah, I just have like 3 babies. It's not a congrats. It's like you dirty hoe. But
yeah,
it's fine.
So
they know I love them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. So what were the pumpkin seeds you had up?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to do a giveaway. Just because Mark
surprise
pumpkins. So
you get pumpkin seeds.
You get pumpkin seeds for you and you. Mark does not like that I plant pumpkins because they don't like me. So he was like, and these are the super expensive kind from like the Dollar General. 2 for $1. Oh, this one 4 for $1. So I know. These are from this year, so they should work.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to do two winners so that you can get one of each. So I have the jack-o'-lantern, and then I've got the Connecticut field. So I don't know. I just buy them because they look cute. And they're good for like your livestock. They like eating them.
Is Nightbot picking the winners?
Nightbot will pick the winners. So if you guys want to be in this drawing for these fantabulous pumpkin seeds, you need to make sure that you're commenting in the chat within the last 15 minutes.
The best pumpkins for jack-o'-lanterns because they say jack-o'-lanterns on. Well, this one says Connecticut.
Jack-o'-lantern variety.
There you go. If you get that one, you can make the perfect Halloween pumpkin.
Who does that? I don't know who wouldn't want pumpkin seeds.
Yep.
So here we go.
Hold on, one quick. I want to see what Sherry said real quick before we get to that point. I won't plant most of my stuff till Memorial Day weekend. Mother Nature is known to be.
Yeah, because you guys are like a little bit. You guys.
I said mind. I just assumed it.
I know. I was like, what do you mean mind? I'm like, that doesn't mean that's not what she wrote.
I like that.
Yeah, because you guys are a little bit more northern. So you're our neighbors, but
so you're going to do the jack-o'-lantern first?
Yes. Well, I'm doing 2.
Oh, nice.
You guys, I'm only doing 2 winners, so you
Double
guys will get fun. 1 of each variety. I know, Old Reading, right? Represent it hard. So, Nightbot, would you do me the honors if I could find the exclamation mark? Okay. Nightbot, go.
Nightbot, go. Don't voice respond. It's not like Siri.
And the winner is the Tinker's Wife.
Oh, there we go,
if you don't want these, Patty, you just tell me. And
why wouldn't you want them?
I don't know.
They're coming from us. They're extra special pumpkins.
Pumpkins for everyone. Oh my God.
Well, congrats, Patty. So you'll get some pumpkins.
If you want these, let me know, then I will just raffle them to somebody else.
Yeah, right there. When to plant.
She's in Oregon, though, and I don't know.
It's like, so Oregon on here has like all 5 colors.
Yeah, all the colors are touching Oregon.
So we can't tell you when to plant. It's like so small, and then all 5 just.
Most colors say April to June is when you should plant.
I'm pretty sure your color is brown, which means when you mix all the colors together.
There's no brown on here.
I know, but like as a kid, when you color like an art, when you mix them all together, you get poopy brown.
Oh my
gosh. I'll get something cool.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So hey, Patty. If you don't, I will send you an email. I know your stuff's on your YouTube about page. I'm sure you have an email address there, so I'll shoot you an email so you can give me your mailing address, and then I will get these out to you.
Yeah.
And then we'll wait about 15 or 20 minutes before the next round of pumpkins.
There we go.
Get you guys all ready for Halloween.
Taryn said, "Oh, look under my chair, pumpkin seeds."
I love that when they're like, "If you all look under your chairs, you're all taking home a free bottle
Patty
of
said,
shampoo,
"Pumpkins for everyone." Well, pumpkins for you, Patty.
Pumpkins for you, Patty.
You want them, so Tina.
Hello, Tina Ladybug. How are you?
That's awesome.
So, I'm so happy.
So we believe that you do have a crazy grow zone when we looked at the back of that packet.
It is a little bipolar.
Is it like the different kinds of pumpkins have better ones? No. Sorry, Patty. They all pretty much.
No.
That one's a little bit better. It says April, June, or May, June. It looks like.
Yeah. They both say that though.
Hopefully they develop by the time October rolls around, so you can use them for Halloween.
You can start them inside if you need to.
Mm-hmm. True.
I don't know. I really want to get out my garden though, guys. I feel really pulled in all directions because we had baby chicks hatching, then the ducks are getting ready to start hatching, and then the turkey went broody, and now the goats are having babies, and I started seeds downstairs, and I got sick, and Joe's in softball 4-H. I mean, it is all hitting at one time, and it's stressing me out a little bit. So I'm trying to make sure that like doesn't feed through like on the videos because I kind of want you guys to enjoy them. Plus we've had some
fun, so we're like trying to find a new truck because ours is junky. So
which you guys will see that. Yeah. So anybody that doesn't know, he about cut his finger off because you laughed, but you almost did.
Yeah.
So he was clearing brush and throwing brush into the back of the truck, and one of the stumps bounced and hit the back window of the truck, and shattering the window of the back of our truck.
That was fun.
So then he decided, he's like, well, I'm going to go ahead and remove it, and I'll put it back in myself. Well, when he's trying to pull the rubber lining, he pulled and slipped and like ran his finger across the glass. And I'd come out. He had not been out by unsupervised for no more than 3 minutes. And I was walking out, and he's like,
that's too long, guys. That's too long.
And it was just like, I figured like, okay, he's just got a scratch. Like this is like the man flu. He's got a scratch, and it's really nothing. No. No. Yeah, it was like all the way down to the tendons on his knuckle. So while I didn't videotape a lot of that because I was quite frankly worried I was going to have to take him to the ER, like I've got a series of mishaps that have happened on our farm, like pulling the horse trailer and the pin for the hitch just wasn't in the hitch, and it comes unhitched from the truck.
Yeah.
It just drags across the barn
post
floor.
for the loft we were messing around
Both
with.
Both posts were off, and he almost cuts off his finger. I'm just like,
feel free to feel comedy towards them though, because that's sometimes the only thing you do.
Oh, we laughed hysterically, like probably Joker style laughing. Where it was like, I mean, you laugh or you cry. So.
I mean, it's one of those things where you work on something, you're just like, okay. Well,
hi, Darren. Nice seeing you.
Yeah.
We're doing pretty good, Tina Ladybug, except for all the stuff that we just talked about. Because it's been really, really crazy. So what have you guys had going on this week?
Yeah, Patty said we have fairly good fall weathers here, so they'll be fine. So pumpkins will be all right.
That's good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Because I always worry too. I'm like, oh no, I don't want it to be where like they don't grow well for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yep.
So who we have next on the docket, if anybody's wondering about our goats, because my videos are starting to blend. I've just got too much going on. It's just like that feeling of spring. I love it. I love the feeling of spring, but
okay, Indiana Backyard Gardener.
Hello, Indiana Backyard Gardener. We were just talking about our wonderful frost date of Mother's Day and how I always try to put things out before Mother's Day. But if you guys could see behind our computer screen right now, like she's got the whole corner of the table covered in seeds, like a ton of them over there. So you're going to drop the camera. I will not drop it. There we go. Look at all those.
Yeah.
That's too much. It's not too much. There's never enough.
Close up.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah.
So yeah, she's itching to get planting this year.
I can't handle it. I really want to just be warmer.
Mm-hmm.
I want all my goats to just have their babies, like, one each day at a given time where they give me plenty of notice, preferably in the afternoon after I'm done with work. I want my frost date to be now. I don't.
Yeah, Backyard Gardener said we are close.
I know. I keep saying I'm like we're only like a month away. I can do this. We've got this, but it's really frustrating. I don't even know how like Darren or people like up north handle it because I would lose my mind. But that's exactly right. They break down and build their greenhouses.
No, Wendy.
You see lots of new ones, Wendy. Yeah, I'm glad for that. That's sometimes nice to have like a new bunch of people to go check out.
Yeah, we've been doing that lately.
What they're doing.
Like YouTube's been kicking that up a bit.
Yeah,
we've watched a couple together lately, especially because we're like looking at expanding our duck pen. So we've been watching how to build duck houses.
Well, it's like funny because like he was watching things for like raised garden beds and trellis garden beds, and I'm like, is that this person? He's like, yes. I'm like, they're real cool. He's like, Do you watch them? I'm like, they're in that Facebook group.
Indiana
So.
Backyard Gardener. I think we have a 40% chance of snow.
Shut your mouth. No.
I try not to watch the weather.
No.
I always get disappointed.
Indiana Backyard Gardener, no.
Yeah, don't wish that on anybody.
No. You're kidding, right? Like, when is that supposed to be coming?
Wendy said, just plant and buy lots of clear plastic. Just have our whole property covered in a big biodome. That should be okay.
And I'm really trying not to use heat lamps for the goats, like for the babies, but like I had to break down the other day because it was actually kind of chilly.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, no, I kind of want to give them a heat lamp.
Especially because like the triplets we had today, they're really small. So
yeah, like the one is he's super tiny, but he's doing a lot better.
Yeah, he's like a mini. He is like
no joke, like he's like this big. He is so small.
You could I just hold him in one hand. It's weird.
But he's really sweet. He's really pretty too. And of course, like the buck fairy is visiting me. The bucks are ahead by 1.
Yeah.
If the stillborn would have lived, we'd have been dead even right down the middle. So I'm hoping like Willow and Sunny will come in clutch with twins and triplets of just does.
Yep.
But they won't. I'm sure the buck fairy will be at my house a lot.
Audra says pollen season here, so there's a nice layer of yellow dust and everything, even puddles. Yeah.
I can tell because I'm like, I don't think I'm sick anymore. I think this is allergies. And I won't stay inside. And going out in the middle of the night several times to check goats to see if they're having babies probably isn't helping either.
Yep, I got you guys on Old Reading Farm. They are so neat. Yes,
they are so neat with their emus and everything and all their flowers.
Ashley constantly tries to get me to move in emus.
It's okay. I understand. I will just haggle you for pigs later on.
True.
And more goats.
I'm on board for pigs.
Yeah. We need to slow down. I need to slow down. Not him. Like he's the voice of reason. Where I'm just like, Mark, I want to do this, but we have lots of plans. It's just we're really busy right now.
Old Reading Farm said no snow is coming. That stinks.
I know.
It's like the Game of Thrones winter is coming. Okay. I hope not this late.
Yeah, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of snow and I'm sick of winter, even though we haven't had like a really cold day in a few weeks. But I'm like, it's too soon for you to come back. Stay in the past where you belong.
Yep.
So
Patty said the queen has spoken. Who's the queen now?
I don't know. Who's the queen?
I don't know. Maybe it's Mother Nature.
Mother Nature. Who's the queen, Patty? I'm really sleep deprived. I got up like every 2 hours last night trying to catch Tiana having babies, and the little thing waited till I went to work to have them.
Oh, Indiana Backyard Gardener said it's only 40% chance, so I'm optimistic.
That's good. I'm hoping.
That's still pretty high, though. And
we're going to be optimistic like Indiana. We're going to be optimistic like her and say no. Put sweaters on littles. I may have to. I hate using the heat lamps. They scare me to death. Mm-hmm. And I tie them up by like 3 different things.
I think we mentioned it before, but like we had an incident where Josie decided to adjust one when she was really little. And we didn't know she did. And
she almost got the barn.
Yeah, like the whole barn.
I came in the next morning and the barn was full of smoke.
So that scared us for about a
I couldn't hardly breathe. The goats were freaking out. And it was only by the grace of God that I don't know how a fire
like the
did
wall
not
was
start.
all black from it.
It was actually like up against a metal panel, and the whole metal panel was black. And the straw, fresh straw, because there were babies in the stall, was dry. So I have no idea how we did not have a barn fire.
Hours for Ashley to recoup.
And I just started a new job, so I was like, I almost had a barn fire. I'm going to be late. And I'm like, this person is like, this freaking lady is already lying and doesn't want to come to work. And I'm like, no, seriously. Yeah. Like, I almost had a barn fire, and I couldn't breathe well for a couple days because the smoke was really bad.
Yeah, it was like real dark smoke, too, so it was pretty nasty. Patty said, rooting for doelings for you, Ashley.
Me too. I'm like, I finally invest in, like, good bloodlines, where I'm like, give me the does.
The bad thing is, then she's like, I want to keep them all. Right?
I only have 1 for sure retainer so far, but we're only 2 out of 11.
She tries to act like that's a good accomplishment.
Well, like, even though she's a retainer, like, she might come in as a yearling and breed, and just, there might be qualities there. I'm like, she's not going to work for a herd, in which case I'll let her go.
Oh, what? Just moving. I thought the light was flashing.
What
my eyes are going out.
What light?
The light up there, like the ring light.
Oh, it wasn't flashing.
You're like looking into it like a moth.
It was flashing. I have enough trouble focusing right now, and he's like, is that light? They're flashing like, I don't know.
Wendy said, I hate winter.
I do too. How House Winners
I
in
can handle it
Oklahoma,
for a little
you
bit.
guys got a blast, like a very big Arctic vortex.
We're good up for it till like the New Year, and then after we're like, let's come on spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
I
guys
like having
usually
it for
have like a mild
Christmas and
winter
stuff,
though in
but-
Oklahoma? Because I feel like this year you guys had a tough one with.
Her Roseanne was a little bit better, so I'm just probably just a little
I
bit better.
assume it'd probably be better, but she might just have it. It might be bad for just like a couple of weeks.
And yeah, back there, ours had been cold here. Ours hasn't been too
Really?
bad,
We're
but they're a
not
little
too
bit
bad.
more northern.
Well, it
right?
figures the Queen Ash. Yes.
Queen
Yes,
Ashley.
Patty. Yes.
Don't do that.
I was hoping
It'll go
that's
right
what
to
you
her head.
meant, but I didn't want to like.
The next thing she'll be like, the Queen says, we're going to keep all these does.
They all stay.
Yes,
Patty.
Like when we were truck shopping, we did find like a box truck. I'm like, well, we just get this. You can just haul your goats around everywhere.
I was sold. I'm like, yeah, we can definitely do that if I can haul goats in it.
Imagine if it was like a little Debbie truck you pulled in some work. Everybody's like, oh, little Debbie's actually got me like, got something better, guys.
Yeah.
Baby goats. It's hilarious. Like when we have them, like the babies, when they get old enough to wean, we'll put them all in one big pen, and they just bounce all over.
Bouncers.
It is wild in there.
Yes.
It's
it
like
does get wild.
It's like kids at those trampoline houses, but like 40 of them with
all together off of one
on
another.
sugar.
On
Like they just bounce off everything. It is the coolest.
It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I love when they get to that age. They're already starting to do that a little bit though, like starting to hop and jump. And they're like the one's only a day old. Pearls are only a day old, so it's crazy how fast they
Andra
really
has a strange question, by the way. Is there an insect that looks like a honeybee, acts like a honeybee, but isn't a honeybee? Yes, there is. I can't remember the name of it though. It's like
there are actually quite a few
fly.
different types of pollinators that are like honeybees, but not honeybees.
There's one that's in the fly family that looks like one, but isn't.
Are you thinking like the sweat bees up here?
No, there's another one. It's like a fly, and I remember reading that once. And that's like its defense mechanism.
It's to look like a bee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are lots of pollinators that look and act just like honeybees, but aren't honeybees.
You can always test by swatting at it, and if it stings you, it's a
bee. Go right on.
Yeah.
Go practice what
Probably
you preach.
Probably not the best way.
Yeah, go practice what you preach. 30 still where you're at. We've been like, we're supposed to get there.
Coming up. Yeah.
Like this, and I will say Monday night was like that. Monday night was cold here, but like we've been a little bit higher than the 30s in the evening. I just want to stay there.
Jenny said, "Love the shirt that says long live Queen Dilly." Yes, well, if Patty keeps up, you're going to have one that says Queen Ashley here soon.
I don't think anybody wants me on the shirt.
Oh, we got Evelyn in here tonight. And
hey, Evelyn,
Haas.
how are you? Haas.
And come on with the come on.
Come on with the come on. How you doing?
You gotta say it in accent.
Yeah, come on with the come on.
Oh, real quick. On that accent one, I think you should tell them. Ashley had an interesting story at the B&B.
Who doesn't have interesting stories at the B&B? So, our mask mandate has been lifted, okay? So, like, we're all standing outside because this is still a state building, so masks are still required in schools and state buildings. So, there was a line just like
the B&B already
B&B,
has a line.
Yes.
But you got to stand further apart.
But I was standing outside, and, like, I noticed this old guy was, like, right behind me. And we got in and he sat down not too far, but he had his ringer on like really, really loud and he wouldn't like acknowledge it. So I'm like, this guy must be pretty hard of hearing because, I mean, the people outside could hear his phone ring and he'd answer and be like, hello, sit down. So anyway, my number was 61. So I assume because he's behind me, his number is 62. So I get called up to like the window and I'm doing like whatever it is I'm there to do. And they're like 62. 62, and I'm like, that is that guy behind me. He's hard of hearing. I'm like, that's the guy's had the ringer on like so loud. She's like, I don't think he heard his numbers. So they're like 63, same tone, same volume.
But as soon as it's announced,
as soon as they said that, like I was turned around looking and he's like, and he's still saying like, wow, we just like pass over people here, just like that. I was like,
yelled it across the.
I already knew his name was Jim, but I want to turn around and be like, okay, Jim. Like they said 62 twice, and this is a government-run agency. It doesn't run officially. Yeah. You either jump in when it's your turn, or they're moving on to the next person. So then, like he carded. I'm not making fun of him for his age, but he like came up and was like coming towards one. She's like, "Sir, you've got to stay back there because you know COVID kill you." And she's like, "You got to stay back there." And he's like, "Well, you guys just get over me." This is how he sounded. I'm not joking. She's like, I'm sorry, we called your number twice, so we moved on. We will make sure you're the next person. Oh, okay. But he just started, we're just skipping over people here. So
Ash was excited to tell me that because usually the B&B, as you all know, is horrible to deal with. But she at least had an exciting event.
Yeah, but he stood up and put his arms out like, what?
Yeah. So now that really has become into our lines of things to say around the farm. Yeah. Like if we just don't hear each other or walk by, whatever, just skipping over people here. So now. So if you ever hear that one of the videos, that's the origin of that.
Probably will pop up because we've been using it a lot.
Oh, Tina said had to get the grandson fed.
Oh, yeah, they need fed every now and then.
What food did you make on this channel? We like
hearing what other people have to make for dinner.
That's probably better than what we ate.
I haven't eaten.
Yeah.
Again, that was my problem.
I made you breakfast.
You did make me. He made me breakfast.
That was how memorable it was, guys. She's like, I haven't eaten yet. Yeah, I made you your supper.
He did.
Even it was breakfast.
He did. It was deer sausage with hash browns and a cornbread muffin, which was fantastic. Very, very good. I appreciate that.
She didn't like the cornbread muffin. I gave her 2 and she only ate 1. So.
Okay, the sausage patties were like this big. They were like burgers. Hey, Joe.
She's got her onesie on, Darren.
I'm super wasteful and don't appreciate him, but I do.
Wendy said normally mild winter, but this season was Arctic cold.
I know. I kept feeling so bad for you guys down there because your infrastructure.
Our winter wasn't too bad, but the year before.
When we were having our snow up here, though, they were getting smacked, and your infrastructure is not built for that. So. A hoverfly. It may be a
that's
hoverfly,
what it is. Yes. Thank you, Old Reading Farm. I appreciate that.
You guys are so smart.
I know.
Thank God, because I just looked at them like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm like, there is something like that, but it could be.
That one bug that looks kind of like this other bug, but
Patty said there are several flower flies and others that pollinate.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have what's that, the flowering cherry or something up front?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, and there was several types of pollinators in there. Several types.
Man, when that thing bloomed, it's like an early bloomer. It gets full of everything that pollinates.
And it has that beautiful pink pollen, so I was admiring the pink pollen.
Patty said, here I think DMVs hire people with soft voices to call numbers.
I just thought it was funny because they're like, they said it, no change in volume, no change in tone, 62 twice, and then the moment they pass over me, he's like, what? Their tone didn't change, but I don't know. Maybe he caught on that everybody was kind of looking around, trying to figure it out. And I was like, that's that guy behind me, and he cannot hear.
Oh, we got Adrian here tonight.
Hey, Adrian, how are you?
Yeah, that was entertaining, though. How many times do you get to go to V&B and come back with this story? Not too often.
No. There was one guy chewing up one of the windows. Chewing them up.
That's pretty common. I don't blame them. Sometimes you get they always need 15 things of identification and a blood sample.
He didn't have anything on him.
Yeah.
They're like, we need at least 2 forms of identification. I'm like, I have that just in my wallet alone. He's like, do I look like I have anything on me? And I'm like, the DMV, they need your blood type, firstborn, soul, everything. Bring it, just in case you need it.
A sausage patty that big is just a proper sausage patty. I'll take 5.
He put them on my plate, and I was like, these are really big.
Yeah. They were maple flavored too.
They were maple flavored, and they were fantastic. I'm pretty that was Joe's deer, wasn't it?
It was.
So Josie fed us. She provided the protein on the plate today.
Adrian said Marky Mark. That's always one of my favorites. Audra said, so do those not bees have the pollen sacs on their legs and live together in the same place like real bees?
I don't know.
I know they don't live in the same place as a real bee. They don't live in hives. That was the deepest sigh the dog has ever done. But I don't think they have pollen sacs either. I think they just go around and basically feed off the pollen.
I can't honestly tell you that though.
Yeah.
Adrian, you might know that, or Old Reading if you're still in here, hoverflies. Do they carry pollen and stuff? I know they are pollinators because they go from flower to flower, but do they bring pollen back?
The pollen sticks to them.
Or do they even live in hives? No, they don't have pollen sacs. Okay, that makes sense.
I didn't think they did because I remember seeing them, but I didn't see them on them. But they look just like bees.
There really aren't many insects that kind of operate in a hive mentality.
I don't know how many of you guys out there have them, but the carpenter bees that chew through everything, they even chew through our pressure treated wood. I feel bad because I hate killing. I
I hate
because they're pollinators.
Yeah, they are, but they are very destructive to the wood. And then if you go to the like Home Depot and look at the price of wood, you're like, you're killing me here, carpenter bee. You're killing me.
Yeah, you're eating gold right now.
I can't afford to replace the board.
There's gold in these there boards. But yeah, the lumber prices are ridiculous. Somebody was just talking to us about it the other day, and it's gone up even more.
Plywood was like $50.
Yeah.
And then
the
particle
OSB
board was like 38, and I'm like, that
yeah.
stuff is just total junk. But
so Adrian said they are accidental pollinators. There we go.
That's what I figured. They weren't doing it like on purpose.
Maybe they do, but we just don't know.
Aren't they wild already? They are super strong.
We found a local apiarist that, is that how you say it? You're laughing at me. So
it's cool. You're all right.
That puts pollen into his honey, and it's so good.
Really?
So how do you say that then? Huh?
Apiarist?
Oh.
Because it's like an apiary. I don't know. I'm probably saying it wrong too.
Carpenter bees are wild, so strong.
They are. And like I know they freak people out real bad because like they will literally like bump against you. Like they don't freak me out at all, but I get upset with people.
They have stingers from what I understand, but they won't actually attack.
Yeah. They're just bumping into you to bump into you.
Yeah.
It's more like a warning. Much like our bees do.
And for some reason the honeybees here love me. Only when I'm working on something. The other day, or wait, that was last year. Yeah, that's like
I just pulled like frames though and pulled off
but I had like
shallow.
24 just landed on me just like while I was working.
He was underneath the truck
But then I was working out there the other day on the brush. There was like 6 of them on me.
You must have been somewhere near something that was blooming. It's
the way I guess I'm put together, but like bugs land all over me. She'll be sitting there and like it's a beautiful night and I'll have like 15 mosquitoes.
He's got 100 mosquitoes.
6 June bugs, one trying to go in my ear, like one on the end of my nose.
And he's like, are they bothering you? I'm like, no.
I can sit in the candle smoke and they still will fly all around.
It's the weirdest thing. The campfire smoke for the reason it doesn't work.
Then she's like, it's not bad out. I'm like, yeah, because they're all on me right now. So
you must have more potassium or something. I can't remember what it is, but you must have a better mineral makeup.
Probably because I wear like nonstop cologne and beard oil. So maybe they like that.
I like your beard balm though.
Yeah.
It does make a big difference.
Adrian said, I am pretty sure that they just like the nectar, and because they're hairy, they pollinate because the pollen sticks to hairy.
Why did you want to cling to that word?
I don't know. Just sounded
funny. Like hairy.
Honor says, I think I have bees living in my porch post. I don't think they're real bees because you only see them a couple at a time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if they're in a post, they're probably the carpenter bees because they'll burrow in. But they'll make a bunch of holes.
Though, because carpenter bees are like way bigger.
They're like bumblebees, yeah.
They're way bigger than like honeybees are.
Size, yeah.
Oh, Josie sent you a picture of the new goats, Jenny.
Oh.
That's good because they're super cute.
Yeah.
They're super cool. Cute. And it's like the first 3 days. So like the first 3 days I bug them to death, picking them up and petting them because I'm like, if you guys aren't going to like me after the first 3 days, then you're just not going to like me. So.
How she chooses which ones to keep. Do you like me or not?
Well, and see, Tiana's little girl, not to mention, like, Tiana has good lines. She's bred to a good line buck, and the doe has blue eyes. I'm like, and she licked me and loved on me. I'm like, yes, you're retained for now.
Well, Patty said, hoverflies eat the nectar and pollen from what I just read. Mm-hmm. So that makes sense. So.
I spelled it wrong, so I can't say it.
Well, I feel better. Thanks for correcting that.
That's all right.
Ashes making fun. Yeah.
Okay.
She got my back.
Now you guys know the story of Salmon and Crown.
Yeah.
So.
I guarantee you we'll mispronounce about 15 words a night. Yeah. It's sad we saw the Geico commercial where like, don't be like your parents. Or is it progressive?
Yeah,
progressive.
And it was quinoa was the word.
Yeah.
And quinoa. And I'm like,
that was us. Yeah. We're already at that stage. Yeah. So. Peregrine Ridge said, but they won't bite. Yeah.
You've been bit by honeybees.
Yeah.
That's not
fun. I've been bit by everything. Everything wants a taste. Adrian said, okay, maybe they do eat it, but they don't take it home to anywhere because they don't have home like bees. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that's like their main food source, is what I read.
Yeah, well, not many bugs really live in like social structures like bees do.
Patty says they love you, Marky. Yeah,
they do.
I don't know if the love's mutual,
cool.
but
they can keep loving him and leave.
I'll even be like smoking a cigar on the back deck with the citronella candle, which you would think would just repulse every bug, and I'll have them all over me still.
Yeah. He will just be sitting there like, ah. I'm like, it's so beautiful and relaxing.
I said, you're just sweet-blooded, Mark.
Yeah, that's why I tell him, like, you just taste better. You must be nice.
Yeah.
All right, come on, homesteading. Good to see you.
Oh,
Glad you got to stop in.
Adrian said there are like 4,000 species of bees and many solitary bees. Teeny tiny. Will live in holes in wood. Wow, I didn't realize it was that many. Crazy, man.
That's crazy.
4,000. Audra said, well, I have these insects that look like bees, that pollen sacs, all going into my porch post. Sounds like, yes, it reminds me of ants. Remember when that movie Ants, like they go into that was that ants or was that the other one? Remember there was like Bugs Life.
Explain what you're talking about first, though. You're not.
They go into like that one place in the city supposedly, and there's like all these different insects.
Yeah, that was a Bugs Life. Because he was looking for the bugs to keep Hopper and his gang from taking all of their food.
So your porch post is basically that place. That's what it sounds like.
But if they're pollen sacs, they
maybe
probably are honeybees.
See maybe 4 or 5 at a time going up into the post with pollen. Yeah. They might have a nest up there.
Yeah.
Sounds like, or a hive or whatever.
You just start looking for removal. There are lots of
these look exactly like honeybees.
They probably are honeybees then.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, like most of the time, you could probably put up a post like on Facebook if there were beekeepers in the vicinity that wanted to come and do a removal. Some will charge you for the removal. Some will be like, I will come and remove them, and you just have to pay for like whatever repair. They're not liable for it.
That sounds right. I don't think anything else aside from bees have pollen pants.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Pollen pants. Sounds like that'd be a new trend.
Yes.
I heard that skinny jeans are going out the other day.
Are you what?
Yes, because I could never wear skinny jeans anyways.
You would no.
No.
Some people no.
Well, I can still carry, so I can't fit anything else in my waistband, honestly, with skinny jeans. And then, not to mention, my legs could not support skinny jeans. Plus, I have short legs. That don't help.
Muscular legs.
But they said because after quarantine, everybody got used to comfort, and now they don't want to wear tight clothing.
I can concur.
I thought that was interesting.
Because when I had to go back to dressing business casual, I'm like, this is the epitome
you know
of
what that reminds me of? A perfect time for us, because that reminds me I'm shaped like a pumpkin. The pumpkin giveaway.
Another pumpkin giveaway.
That was not a good transition, but we'll work with it.
But it's good that you transition, because I will just forget and keep going. So, for those of you that are new in the chat, you have a chance at these wonderful pumpkin seeds.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want?
What types are these ones? Connecticut.
There's the same. They're Connecticut Field and Jack-o'-lantern.
There we go.
And I broke the bank. You guys can see up in the top at 4 for $1, 2 for $1. So hold your applause. All right, come on, Nightbot. Show us the winner.
Where are my own comments?
I don't know. You're in charge of the comments. I'm in charge of. Go down.
I know. I'll get it. Hold on there.
Come on, Nightbot.
I thought it said we were the winner. I'm like, hold on a second. That can't work right.
Audra, you won.
You got pumpkins. Since you don't have mushrooms down there, you can grow pumpkins now.
Well, do you want these pumpkin seeds, Audra? Because I will send them to you.
Of course she wants the pumpkin seeds.
Yes. And then, Audra, I will send you a message.
Look at Patty. She knew. It was the Bugs Life. Look at that. That's awesome. I always get the Ants movie and
which was a cheap ripoff of a Bug's Life.
I didn't like the Ants movie.
I didn't either. There were some really dark undertones there. I was like, what if those one bugs coming out like chopping off their head, like the pincers are just like going along and decapitating bugs? I'm like, wow. We went on a full-on war here.
Patty also said the bee that freaked me out a few years ago was the European Carter bees that showed up here a few years ago. They were so pushy with the honeybees, but never went after me. Did you guys have trouble with the what was that, the killer hornets, or was that, remember those big ones that were coming over from Japan? I think they were the killer hornets or something.
They weren't killer hornets. They're like Asian hornets or European hornets.
Yeah, and they were supposed to like wipe out beehives and
beehives,
stuff.
Yeah.
Did those ever?
But then the Asian bees, like they had adapted, and they would get around them and heat them up because they couldn't handle, like much how like the bees will ball a queen sometimes and just like heat her up to death, like basically kill her with the body heat that they're putting off. I think I could be totally off. I just thought I heard that somewhere.
Video.
I'm pretty sure that's what they do. Is they kind of surround and they pull up their body heat and basically fry the hornet to death.
I don't think I killer bees probably, because I remember growing up, I was like scared to death of those. Bees. Like those were going to come up because they kept like saying we were going to come up north, and I was allergic to bees, so I was like scared to death. I'm like, oh great.
You may want to read what Chrissy just put.
Let's see. So Mark, if you eat a lot of garlic, which I love garlic, or take garlic pills, the mosquitoes and ticks will leave you alone. Your BO will smell like an Italian dinner, but you won't get fit. All right, so I'm going to have to get garlic pills because I love garlic. I eat garlic on a lot of stuff. So I'm going to have to eat garlic pills to get. And then actually, I think I smell like Olive Garden when I walk around the house.
Win-win!
Like,
I mean, it's a win-win!
What? Is there like bread rolls in the house? Like, what's.
Can someone bring me breadsticks, please? Breadsticks over at this table.
Yeah. Give me some garlic. I'll be doing some.
Oh, that's so. Stop.
Oh, God.
Yeah, don't leave me again.
Patty the other year, I found a super cute bee that was blue and green and shiny, but I found out it was actually a wasp. It was a cuckoo wasp.
It was parasitic?
Oh, wow.
That's neat. I like this wasp.
Ha said, one thing we don't have in Florida is sweet bees. For that, I am grateful. We do have love bugs. I hate love bugs.
You guys were talking about love bugs.
Mm-hmm.
They just kind of like latch on in the sky.
Yeah. So I call love bugs. And don't those the ones that have like really bad, like, they have like a tube that they bite with that hurts.
I don't know, Haas. Do they have a tubey biter thing?
A syringe on their face? I thought that, aren't those the ones
a face syringe?
No, I'm thinking of the assassin beetle, I think. It looks like the stink bugs here. And they're like, be careful, those can bite. I don't know which one. And of course, they'll probably bite me.
It'll find you. I still could not stop laughing. Like one day he was in her truck, he's like, what the hell is going on? And I like looked under and no joke, he had like 40 honeybees on him. I'm like,
I know, I tried not to smash it, but I'm like working on the wiring in my truck.
He's trying to like move and he's not like deathly allergic to bees. He is the yellow jackets, but he will still react pretty well to honeybees. So he's like, what is happening? And of course it was a very frustrating job. Yeah. So I was like, I had to walk away because I was laughing so hard.
She was
like,
crying at you. She doesn't like you getting your loud voice out. So I looked over.
Dude, nobody's out there.
Patty said pollen pants are adorable on bees. Yeah, they're cool when they have the pollen all strapped on the side.
Yeah, like the ones off the cherry blossoms here were like pink. I was like, ooh, you girls look good in pink. I like this. Hello. Say hello to her tail.
Wendy said, are you attending the meetup in Pryor again? Paragon Ridge. I don't think you got a meeting in Pryor.
Yes. There's a lot of people. I want to go to the meeting so bad.
Yeah, we got on the docket the one in
HOA.
Yeah.
We've got HOA on.
Virginia, so. I said as long as we don't go back to MC Hammer pants.
I don't know. Now, I'm working on a college campus. I see lots of very, very odd and outdated fashion statements that are now current again. Where I'm like, could you just walk off of the 90s like teen hit series? Because it's kind of crazy.
Wendy said, I'm going to try and make it, but I hope I do. It was so much fun talking about the front. I know.
That's okay. Maybe one of these.
Paragon Ridge just said killer bees. Yep. Oh, that's what it was. Asian giant hornets.
Yes.
You were right. Washington.
So far, no spread. That's good. Because we were like, seriously, I'm like, come on, 2020. Could you just not send over the killer hornets?
Yeah, see, Patty said the killer hornet. They're still up in Washington. Not sure if those are here.
That's crazy.
And they sounded like painful.
Yeah.
Like they were talking about the sting. And I'm like, God, I'm scared to death of that.
Hey, Kaylin, I'm happy you're here.
Yep.
Kaylin from Fable Hill Farm. How are you?
Here. I made it live again, you guys.
I know. I'm super happy to see you. How's everything going? How are your Muscovy ducks?
Paragon Ridge enjoyed it. A sucker face syringe.
I know, right? He comes up with some real stunners when it comes to just random jargon.
Yep. Miss chatting with you all. Such a wild, busy few months. How's kidding season going?
It just started.
Yep.
It just started.
We're still on baby watch, but we do have a couple on the ground.
Yeah.
So
we have 5 on the ground right now. None of them let me film it.
Adrian said assassin bugs are cool, aka wheel bug. I think those are the ones that can like bite you.
Oh, and Kaylin, I'm so jealous of your new buck because the stupid. I won't call her stupid because I'm still on the waiting list at See You at Little Red Barn. But the doe mini weights, I had mini weights that I had a reservation for her buck. Yeah, she had does. Mm-hmm. All does. I'm like, are you kidding? Like,
yeah.
You couldn't spit out one
the buck
buck
is
for
her
me?
delayed birthday present. So as soon as she gets a buck, then her birthday present is for
I really wanted. Was it from Volano? It was Volano and Fred, and I wanted it so bad. But I was like, if you were just like $1,000 and not $1,200, you'd come home. Luckily, he's not for sale anymore, so I no longer have torture. I'm still looking for another book though. So
use some of that stimulus, aka goat money.
I don't know if I want to use the stimulus on that or a milk machine. I don't know.
Those hard choices.
They are.
I got water dripping off my beard. All right. Assassin bugs bite me. They hang out in the elderberries. Ooh,
really?
Wendy, that sounds awful.
Ew.
I thought they had like a really painful sting too. On the house up here. Adrian, a sweat bee is a stupid spawn of Satan. We had in Indiana. They would sting you and fly away because they're tiny a-holes. Yes, they're everywhere.
He did call it a sweet bee to begin with. I knew what he was talking about though. Yeah, because they especially like to park like right here in the
your joints.
So when you bend, they automatically sting the hell out of you, and you're just like. Ah!
Or when you're working on something, they just hover in front of your eyes constantly.
I just let them hang on me because they kind of tickle because they just blot like your sweat.
Paragon Ridge. Oh my God, MC Hammer Pants. In New York, we called them California baggies.
I like that.
Coming from the lady who wore the goth parachute pants.
You shut up. It was a phase and it was an awesome phase.
Yeah. When we first started dating, it was interesting. The goth outfits.
Okay, Mr. Homeschool. He was homeschooled and I had super preppy.
Yeah, the Hollister and everything.
Super preppy and I was just like.
And then we ended up both on sort of the country route. So.
I still listen to Mud. I had a very bad day at work today. I literally went in and yelled at somebody, and I never yell at work. They very much deserve it. And then I had to go back to my office and put on Mudvayne because I'm I can't handle today, and I need some type of music to reflect what I'm feeling and hear. And Mudvayne was what it was.
Old Reading Farm brought tracker jackets. They sound like those wasps in the Hunger Games. Forget what they called them.
Tracker jackers.
Yeah,
tracker jackers.
Yeah, and they would sting you and cause you to hallucinate and stuff.
I like the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Have you read a song of the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes about Coriolanus Snow and his rise to power? Just wondering because I kind of like the book. Kind of, except for the end. The end sucks.
Emma's in the house, and she's been working on a new coop.
That's okay. I'm glad that you're being productive and
how's it coming along, Emma? You guys almost finished?
Yeah. You've been working so hard on that thing. I really can't wait to see it all the way done. And what are you going to name it? You wanted names. I told you. My coop now has a sign on it that says Casa de la Mother Cluckers.
Yep. Right next to the front door.
Yes, everybody will know. And I hand painted it, so it's super fun.
Audra said they were called murder hornets. They dissolve your skin when they sting.
That's what people were calling them, was murder hornets.
Yeah. Man, they dissolve your skin. That just sounds painful.
I don't know.
Why would there be such a thing?
Wasn't there the cow killer one too?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
There was the tarantula killer too.
Red.
Remember the wasp?
It was blood red.
Muscovies are laying like crazy. 2 hens sitting on around 40 to 50 eggs. Wow. My 2 breeding group hen setup is working out.
We have one. I don't know how much she's on, just because I'm really weary of that 4th claw and it being used on me. I have one that she should be hatching sometime between this week and next week, and then another one just went broody for us Saturday. So then it'll be another 35 days.
Oh, she said, sorry you didn't get that buckwing for many weeks.
And I saw her milk test today, and she was the 2nd highest in milk test besides Volano. And I was like, I should have just gotten Volano's buckwing. And then if
good you didn't get it from mini wheats because I like frosted mini wheats better.
She's a pretty buck too. You got yours out of Roxanne, right? Your buck's out of Roxanne and Corksid. Corksid, is that how that buck's name is? Because I know there's one out there from between Frosted Elk and Corksid, is it? Or is it Corksid and Scarlet? I don't know. They're for sale. I've been on there. And for everybody who does not know what I'm talking about goats from a very well-known and stacked bloodlines breeder that's not far from us. And
now you know how my phone calls go most of the day. Just naming off these goat names. I don't know.
He's I don't know what that goat is. I'm it's okay, I do.
Sorry, I get revenge. I talk about crypto. And
he does talk about, but I'm interested because that money is also yours is mine.
When it makes money, then she's interested.
Yeah, but when it goes in the red, I'm please don't talk about your investments when they're in the red, because I'm so,
Adrian said there's a dude who gets stung by all the things. He has a channel. Oh, I've seen that. I think there's one on like a cable channel too.
Yeah.
And you can watch him get stung by an Asian giant hornet, which was a murder hornet, which was a stupid name to create mass hysteria.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
I can imagine just like forcing yourself to get stung because I think he'd get stung so bad.
I feel like that would just be tough. The mental capacity there's, I don't know if it's like not enough or too much.
Gardeners had no.
Oh, why Indiana backyard gardeners? Good seeing you.
She said we were loving Detour. He's a good-looking boy, but having a single bottle baby in the house sucks. So needy. Yeah.
Have you thought about like just grabbing another one? Just because I mean, who could say no to another goat?
Mm-hmm. That
would be my reasoning. But I also have a problem with goat meth too. You know how that feels.
Emma said, yeah, my girls watch his videos, but they think he's cool and dumb all at once.
Those are the best kinds, aren't they? You're kind of dumb, but I kind of like you.
Yeah. Sort of like the mukbang experience we had. Like, Audra said, don't talk about parachute pants. I wore them too.
I know, they were the thing.
I figured Ashley had to get it from somewhere, and it was you, Audra. They were like more expensive than like all my pairs of pants.
Audra introduced me to AFI. I remember that. We would sing AFI songs down in Grandma's basement all the time. We thought we would stuff.
Like I thought like Hollister and American Eagle were expensive. That wasn't Hot Topic.
Yeah, like, it was way more expensive.
It.
Yes, all right,
Emma said, walls are up, chicken doors cut out, and working on the vent holes now.
So you're about, you're almost there.
It sounds like you're like finishing an actual house. Like, go to work. Walls are up.
It is an actual house.
I know. It's like a ton of work.
Predators, I mean, it does need to be about.
She's like getting a 4-year-old demo from a mentor next month that just earned her AR star and has a dry leg. Excited to breed her in the fall. Sunny's kids are due in 3 weeks. Hope you have a pink season.
So far, it's blue. Only by one, though. And Tiana had a stillborn. So, and of course, the stillborn was a doe. Oh. So I was like, it would have split it right down the middle, but the bucks are ahead by one.
Haas has a good point here. I got a bone to pick with y'all. You missed a golden opportunity for a Monty Python reference in your Killer Rabbit show. I'm disappointed, Becky. She did bring it up.
I did bring it up. I did. Well, and I cut out one because, like, Buddy grabbed his hand and wanted pleasure. I almost left it in, but I was like, I'll leave that alone.
Should have laid on my back and then gone out my neck.
Oh,
right there. Like when it was checked. No, you sicko.
I was like, what, for him to try to find pleasure? That's weird.
In here. You can't go there. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, that was a great part of the movie. Like we tried to watch it with Joe.
She did not get it.
No,
it was so disappointing. I'm like, we'll give you a couple more years.
Yeah. Emma said, working on the doors tomorrow. So close. Isn't it nice when you see that end line in sight? Just don't be like us. We're getting here that like we'll finish it tomorrow and then.
Don't be the 95%ers where you're just like, it's 95% done, so we'll move on to the next thing.
Yep. So, yes, that's right. Quirksit is the sire, and Dust Bunny's son, Scarlet grandson, and Detour's dam is Roxanne. He's gorgeous.
I really like Dust Bunny. I like everything that I see about that doe. You're making me really want to go buy a goat. I'm just hoping one of their keepers goes for sale later, because that does happen with them sometimes.
Nice. I do that thing with fancy plants too, Ashley. Start talking in botanic Latin and get all excited.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm just like, just get what you want. Here's some money.
Yeah.
So, Haas said that guy is Coyote from Brave Wilderness, the one that gets stung all the time.
Oh, yeah, okay. We'll have to remember that for sure.
I've seen him before. He's pretty good. It just like makes me wince though, watching, and like he like shows close-ups from what I recall, and like of it stinging him, and I think slow motion.
I feel like we're going to be watching that after the stream. For
Especially
sure.
Since I'm allergic to bees, it brings back.
But I think I'm going to get a full night's sleep tonight. Nobody should kid tonight. No. Knocking on the wood.
Since you won't get up, you won't probably well. Remember, we just have to go finish editing. I'm so happy to see both of you. It's been a long time. See you next time.
I'm really happy you got to stop in with us too, Christy. Thank you. You have a good night.
Oh, yeah, Isaac
have fun editing.
Tonight.
Hi, Isaac.
Good to have you tonight.
Isaac, we're up to 5 kids now. 5.
Adrian said, the weirdest thing happened today. I looked out the window and there was this thing on the deck. I get closer and it was a red-winged blackbird wing. Just the wing. That's eerie. Did your cat get it?
It's a chupacabra.
Chupacabra getting
It's a chupacabra. Or what? I don't know, an organ. I'm trying to think of like weird things that live in the woods.
I went to go start actually painting around my window on my truck where I'm going to put the new one in. And our dog happened to bring a mole in the yard. I had to go take care of that, which sucked.
We have never had moles in our yard.
He brings
them and plants them.
I mean, during like his like peak season, he'll bring in like 3 or 4 a week. Like
I've seen him bring in 4 in one day.
Yeah, he has done that.
If we're like outside all day long, like he will keep. I don't know.
He just like sits there and watches it. Like
what is a group of moles? Do they have like colonies or like warrens like rabbits?
Moleville.
Because like he finds families and just like destroys the whole family in one day. It's crazy.
By the way, dug out a fence post over there. I have to put dirt in.
Why did you dig out a fence post over there?
Like I just noticed.
Oh, over there by that. I know. I've been filling it in for weeks.
I just need him to dig fence holes, not the actual posts when they're in.
Well, he dropped like a mole like right on the fence line, and the mole, no joke, is following like directly underneath the board. It's like he knows Django can't get under the board enough to dig him out.
Audra said she still listens to AFI, and I wonder if she said I felt awesome wearing him. I was hoping she said she's still wearing him.
Like
bring him back, Audra. You never know.
Yeah, try. Like the ones with like the chains that cross looped in the back. Mm-hmm. Those were the stuff.
You could probably sell them now and still make a ton of money.
I think I sold mine on eBay for like $70 or $80 a pop. Mm-hmm. Still, like they were still bringing good money after I was done wearing them.
You could not get hide anywhere with them, like though, because like they would so
yeah, like if you guys were like me, like I have lots of friends that dress the same way. Like I like to be in a lot of different groups, but like if we were all walking together, sound like you're in like the chain aisle of a hardware store.
Or like the highway crew cleaning up the side of the road in the chain gang.
Yeah, like that.
Here, pick this up.
Yeah, just like that, Mark. That's exactly how we sounded.
Yeah.
I felt like such a bad you know what. Pants too.
The pants definitely did that. That's scary. Adrian said, I looked to the left and it was the rest of the bird dead. I was just I'm just sad I didn't get to see what the heck happened.
Maybe a hawk or something.
She asked what is dry leg.
Dry leg, for what she's talking about, is in dairy goats. They get champion legs. You need 3 legs to be a permanent champion. You can only get 1 as a dry doe, which means she's not in milk. The other 2 legs have to be earned in milk. So a dry leg is the leg that they would earn as a junior, not milking.
Good question.
Because
I didn't know what it was. I've heard it. But
really, you didn't?
No.
Yeah.
I don't have money. Never had money to
think
fancy
about
goats.
Yeah. That's when you see like a permanent champion, you're like, ooh.
Adrian said my poor friend had a doe go super ill with triplets. They had to put the mama down. 2 babies living, but only one is left. She's only 2.2 pounds.
Oh, that's so sad, Adrian.
Paragon Ridge said sicko. I'm trying to be cool. What's up? Cool. Further back.
Oh gosh, poor mama. That sucks.
Emma said we're waiting on the hinges and latches to come in, and then I can get to finishing stuff. Yep, stay on it.
Doesn't that suck though? Like when you're waiting on 1 or 2 parts, where you're like, I'm so.
We have like a super small hardware store up the road, and like they have like a 50-50 chance of having what you need, and then we have to drive.
Like
further.
Seriously, you could go and get something.
Or they'll have part of like your entire order, which is annoying.
You could go one
day. They'll have the bolts, but not the nuts or washer.
Get what you need, and the next day they won't have it anymore. Where it's like you just had this yesterday.
Wolf's Head's in the house.
Hello, and congratulations on your big milestone of 1,000 subscribers.
Yay! Congrats.
Woo! I'm keeping an eye out of one of our buckskin does for you, but so far not so
excited every time you post the new baby.
I know. I keep looking. I'm like, when he told me, he's like, it's a black and brown. I'm like, oh, it's a buckskin. What is it? Because I was like, oh, this might be what Kat needs. But then she's like, it's a buck.
So I'd love to get our kid. I almost did, but my doe reservation came up with twin bucks, and I'm kind of glad because we just sold our boat. And I previously convinced my husband to invest.
That's what I tell him too, though, because I'm like, if we invest in a really nice buck and a couple of nice does, like you can make that back in a couple of kiddings. I love this face. You're so handsome.
Bitcoin does better.
Bitcoin does do better.
Adrian says no. Benji doesn't get to go outside. No idea what happened. Maybe
I'm thinking like a hawk probably.
Remember that story where that like person had their little dog out on a chain and like picked it up and was trying to carry it off, but it was on
And
the
it was
chain?
like going in a
Yeah,
circle.
I think it was somebody at work. But,
yeah,
like,
it was a Yorkie.
They could just see the legs.
Yeah, their dog screamed and they looked out, and it was just like it was trying to fly off with their dog.
Patty said no, they do not live in
Moles
villages.
are solitary, really?
So apparently he is going out to random places.
That or he's finding ones that are like in the mood for some love because they're all nearby or something. I don't know.
Mole orgies. That's what he's finding.
Stop. It's weird.
Fayetteville Farm. Majority of the money into the farm. So we are spending big bucks on right now on farm things. So I can't be greedy with another kid, but I want more goats, of course.
Of course, I know.
Yeah, that's what
sad.
we're on. Like ours is the truck.
Yeah. We need a truck.
And trucks are so expensive right now. Actually, all used cars are.
We picked the worst time to be looking for a truck.
I think it's just a general fact.
Are you going to any shows anytime soon?
Isaac said on the 4th of this month we bred Harmony and one of my older does. Then on the 9th or 10th we bred Honey. So excited to see their babies. I still have 2 that will breed later. That is awesome.
Warm in my heart. Oh, I can't wait to see what Harmony and Honey give you.
So let's see, 4th of this month. What are they?
So 145 days for a Nigerian dwarf, give or take 5 in either direction.
That's awesome. They'll definitely have to let us know.
That's super exciting. April, May, June, July, August, September. September is a nice month to kid too, especially like because you guys are a little bit more northern, so it's not too cold and it's not too warm.
She knows how it works. She said, "Get all the goats, Ashley. Mark is a supportive enabler spouse." Yes, I'll definitely. Sadly, that's true. Even though I try to fight it, she said, He loves that you're a crazy goat lady."
He does.
I love Milana. She's hot stuff.
She is hot stuff.
Things good people say. It's not weird.
It's not weird. No, because then when she gave
here.
When she was like, here's the first milk test of the year, and Volano was at the top. I'm like, I should have bought that buck. I'm like, gosh darn it. And I love Fred. I love the look of Fred. Sorry, Fred is the buck that bred Volano. That was the buck I wanted for like $1,200, and I was like, someone else buy it quick. And then they did, and then I was sad.
Mm-hmm. Audra's and its legs were really wide. You could trip yourself trying to run because experts here wrap around the opposite leg. Also, you'd soak up all the puddles after it rained.
Oh, that was really bad. And like black when you go through a muddy puddle.
Like you'd walk by things, you get on things.
I would. I thought about the magnet.
Oh yeah. So her dad had those magnet like bracelets that would help your joints.
My hands were hurting from milking goats,
which is nice.
Every day. He had like one of the magnet bracelets that's supposed to help like with circulation. And he's like, wear this. So I did. And I wore it down like the freezer aisle at Walmart, and I walked too close to a metal handle, smacked my hand up against the loudest smack. I thought I shattered the glass. It smacked so hard. Everybody in the aisle was like, whoa!
She was so upset.
I was so embarrassed.
Yeah.
And like I couldn't get it off. Like the magnets were just that strong.
She couldn't reach for anything in the freezers because her hands would constantly get
pulled. Or like if I got close to like metal that would react, it would like pull it to me. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I can't wear this bracelet.
It was heavy too. It was sort of bulky. So.
Well, and we're around metal a lot because we work around a lot of like farm machinery and things like that. Where I'm like, this is getting in the way.
It was like she was like Magneto from X-Men. Like she could just control. Morgies.
I love it, Adrian.
Oh, the mole.
I love it.
I
love it.
I was slow on drawing that one.
How could you? You were the one
I was like trying to jump
orgies.
through the comments. I know.
Orgies.
Wendy said, an owl picked up our cat. The cat was flipping around and the owl dropped the cat. That is crazy.
That is so crazy.
I'm glad the cat's okay. Yeah, but still, I'm sure.
What kind of owl, if you don't mind me asking? If you know. If you don't, that's
probably a pretty big one to pick up a cat, though.
Yeah, I know we have like
great cat's like
horns. We have all kinds. We have lots.
Probably watching the sky now after that, because that's pretty freaky. Like
probably if you.
Patty said we have coyotes and hawks here. That will take them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got some
big hawks here.
Yeah, we got some ospreys, but fortunately they're.
They don't see. They actually fight with the hawks. Like they'll come and pester the hawks. Yeah. Sometimes they'll let. We got a cell phone
tower down the road, and I'm sure the company hates the ospreys because they get this big nest, and they're a protected bird, so they can't. Oh, yeah. So like that, it's just at one point it was huge. I think they got clearance to knock some of it down when there was like no eggs in it because it's smaller now, but they're already back. We saw them roosting up there.
Yeah, they were roosting up there today.
So they're going to make it's like a huge nest.
But I get happy to see them come back because I like ospreys. I like how they look. I like the noises they make, and they'll alarm me that a hawk is there sometimes before like crows will.
Yeah.
So I appreciate their presence.
Emma said vent hole's done, ready for doors tomorrow. Man,
yay!
knocking
Emma,
them out.
I'm super excited for you. Your chickens are gonna love it.
I don't know. I still like hearing about our food better than the coop.
Yeah, what'd you make for dinner tonight?
We're always like.
I accused Mark of not feeding me. He's like, I made you breakfast.
Apparently my food is nowhere even near. So.
It was good. Mm-hmm. It was good, but then he did criticize
like, I didn't
me.
eat tonight. I'm like, I made you dinner.
And he did, and it was good. Mm-hmm. It was, but then he criticized me for not eating my second cornbread muffin. And I'm like, I got 2 deer sausage patties that were like the size of like regular hamburger patties. Like that was a lot.
She's gonna do her own pickles. She said she got her Omar microscope in.
Do a video, please. I really want to do my own pickles, but like
Be careful now. You're gonna get Ashley buying a microscope, and we'll be.
Yeah. That would be good.
It'd be good.
That'd be good. I don't know why you're upset.
Be out in a field,
Kaylin, don't listen to him. Do it. Do it and make a video. I was already looking at them. I just need someone to teach me.
Wendy said, "Oh yeah, we have some serious predators." It sounds like with the.
It does.
The cat getting
poor kitty cat's getting picked up by owls and dropped and ugh.
So my mentor has a Fred and Dust Bunny son. I have access to lease, but I probably won't use them for another year or 2.
That sounds so nice. I
know. Audra knows your dad. She said, that sounds like something your dad would do on purpose and sit back and laugh. Yeah.
He's so rotten. My dad is just like, and he's like the king of dad jokes.
Oh, wow. Patty has a bald eagle that's been spotted in the neighborhood here, too. I'll take the birds over the cougar. Yes. I don't blame you.
Yeah,
but bald eagles are huge. We have them now in our area pretty often. They've been reintroduced in the lake nearby. And we drove, actually, when we took our deer to get processed, actually saw like 4 or 5.
There was like a whole family, and a lot of them, because you can tell when bald eagles are adolescents because they're pretty much brown. They've got like a really mottled look, and there were 2 adults, and then there were 4 adolescents. So I don't know if like it was just like a clutch from that year, or like because they're pretty territorial. They don't really want to share space. So I'm like, man, that was a pretty large clutch if there was 4 adolescents, but there could have been adolescents hanging out like from other places.
My house cat would be an appetizer. I'm probably a willing sacrifice. Oh boy.
I only have 1 house cat that I would put up as a willing sacrifice. The other 2 I kind of like. Pierogies.
Pierogies. What's pierogies?
I've never had a pierogi. We are not cultured. It's food. It's pierogies.
I was worried if it was something related to the moles. I was
like, what is he doing?
That's why I said pierogies. Yeah, I'm still on a different mindset.
He's on Morgies still, so he was really worried what Dan was doing.
With pirates, it sounds like it could be
fire
fire
was like
too.
he's gonna go. Oh, I thought you were gonna say pirates, not a pirate.
Well,
I was like, whoa, there's some weird stuff going on here.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever floats your boat.
End up with what did that one guy say? Bucket of filth or something we were. Remember our episode?
Filth and chaos.
Yeah, filth and chaos.
Filth and chaos. I haven't seen Pork and Allotment in a while. Where's he been?
I don't know. He got tired of filth and chaos. Audra said, we have a pair of barred owls that nest in our backyard every year. The baby owls fledge and hop around out there. Our cat went after one of the fledgling, and Mama Owl dove and hit our cat so hard.
Serves the cat right. I'm sorry if you like your cat, but I like owls a lot.
Oh, wow.
We see them all the time when we deer hunt.
So he was in the ER last night until 2 last night, second time in a week. Pulmonologist said Hannah is dealing with a week-long asthma attack. She's finally feeling better, so I'm going to pass out now.
Oh, my goodness. Well, thank you for stopping by. Yeah. I hope you and Hannah both rest well. We'll be praying for her. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Oh, she said hi to everyone. Hi,
Hannah. Yep. Hope you feel better.
Hope you feel better.
That sounds rough. Yeah, dealing with that. So, Wendy said, my house cat is a tortoiseshell small girl. She would have them dinner for sure. We keep her inside, and it was a hoot owl.
Really? Wow. We used to have like a little Manx cat, but she was tortoiseshell. She was mean as snot until she got old, and then she was really nice.
Adrian explained it what they are. She said they are like dumplings, mashed potatoes inside a thing.
You would probably like that.
Yeah.
You would probably like that.
She don't like chicken dumplings.
Yeah. It's the texture. It's weird. It's weird. One day I'll be a full adult and I will be open to all things. It's like a noodle like
raviolis. That sounds amazing. I would definitely.
With
like
potato empanadas?
That's smaller.
Oh, okay.
Man, that makes me want one. I'll have to check them out.
Find you a good place that has pierogies.
Look, Emma knew. I knew she would know. Yeah, I like dumplings from Eastern Europe. Have a friend who's Ukrainian, and we go get pierogies together at a local cafe. So good. Hoping I'm saying that right. So
pierogies.
Yep.
We're saying pierogies right? I'm right on that one phonetically, right?
We'll find out. My husband ordered some stainless steel meat hooks for hanging meat in the walk-in cooler we're building in our fridge this summer. And he left them in a heart shape on the counter for me.
Oh, that's
look
so
at that.
sweet.
Nothing like meat
that's
hooks in a heart
romantic
shape.
right there.
Yeah.
We were watching your how to dispatch your roosters, and because we've got some roosters that nobody apparently wants egg fertilizers, so they're gonna go in the freezer because I'm done with the shenanigans that are happening on my farm right
romance.
Now. Yeah, yep. For reals. That's how you know they love you. They leave you meat hooks in the shape of a heart. Like, oh, thank you.
Adrian said you'd like them, Ashley. The pierogies.
I like mashed potatoes. I would probably be down because I
need
starches.
A second dinner now. Yeah, that's what this channel's good for. Like when we bring up food, everybody's like, oh.
Bringing up food and then pronouncing things horribly wrong.
Audra said, I love my cat, but the mama owl was protecting her baby. She went after another fledgling a few days later, and mama owl hooted real loud, and the cat turned around and came back to the porch.
It's like, yeah,
took it as a sign, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Oh, thank you, Wendy. Yeah.
Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate that. I really do.
Emma said, filling for the pierogies varies. The cafe around here has caramelized onions, mushrooms and bacon. Ooh, you could go for the bacon.
I could go for the mushrooms too.
I could go for the caramelized onions. All those sound amazing. I never run a potato I didn't like. My nickname was Katie Potatoey.
That's so funny.
As a kid, that is.
I love starches. I love corn.
Yeah.
I love corn.
We always have that. Like
my grandma used to say that I was a little pro. She's like, you like corn so much, you're a little pro. Well, guys, I'm sleep deprived from being up like every hour or two last night.
Even though she says she won't, she'll probably go check on the goats.
I will go check on the goats.
Just make sure.
I put 2 new in. We're 5 days away from the next due date, so I put them in 5 days, and like I'll let them in and out as the weather seems fit, or if they seem like they're not going to go into labor. But apparently, I really suck at figuring it out this year because the last 2 have not let me film live birth at all. They just wanted to surprise me. I don't like surprises. Now it flickered.
I told you.
You made it flicker. Now it flickered.
Oh, it's because I did this mouse when I moved the mouse.
Well, then don't.
Which I don't have to move the mouse, but I did.
Jeez, guys. So yes, I'm sleep deprived from being up every hour checking for a doe to kid that waited for me to go to work before she kidded. So I need to sleep. It has been super fun with all of you guys. We will see you again next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Maybe with more baby goats.
I'm hoping to bring baby goats in to show you guys what we've got. So.
All right. Have a good night, guys. Thank you.